We are making a video to show how to pair our D32003 black remote controls with the D10122 and D10123 roller blind tubular motors. The reason we are using two types of motors is that we have two versions. Although the power, strength, and function are the same, the part we call the head is different in these two models. Depending on our stock availability, both versions of the D10122 and D10123 tubular motors might be available in our inventory. The important thing for us is the set button on the motor. In the new versions, instead of a single set button, there are two buttons, and both work the same way. The middle hole does not have any function. In the older models, the set command is given through the small hole in the middle. Now, I'll show you how to pair the motor with the remote control on our new motors. First, I'll work on the remote control and select a channel. Channel 5 is empty, so I'll pair the motor with this channel. I press one of the buttons on the motor once, and I get a response from the motor. Press the button, and the motor moved. Then, I press the hole on the back of the remote control once. I get another response, and now the remote and the motor are paired. Depending on the situation, I may need to unpair the tubular motor from the remote. The unpairing process is the same as the pairing process. When I repeat the same steps, the motor and the remote will forget each other. Let me try the other button this time. It doesn't matter which one, as both buttons have the same function. I press one of the buttons once, and the motor responds. Then, I press the code hole on the back of the remote once, and I get another response. Now, the motor and the remote have forgotten each other. I also want to show the same pairing process with our older motors. As I mentioned earlier, the set command for these motors is given through the small hole on the motor. I select the channel I want to pair on the remote. Again, I select channel 5. I press the small set hole on the motor once, and the motor responds. Then, I press the code hole on the back of the remote once, and I get another response. The motor and the remote are now paired. If I repeat the same steps, the motor and the remote will unpair again. To do this, I press the set hole on the motor once, and the motor responds. Then, I press the code hole on the back of the remote once, and I get another response. Now, the motor and the remote have forgotten each other. This was the integration process of our D32003 remote controls with the D10122 and D10123 tubular motors.